My name is Brendan Gendel. I'm here with Entegra Coach, and once again, we are going to be going over the what's new for 2025 on all of our Entegra Coach luxury diesel pushers. Behind me, we are going to start off the season with the 2025 44R Aspire. This is personally one of my favorite coaches that we offer because this unit is absolutely jam-packed with features that I think you're going to absolutely love. We're going to start up front. We are still building exclusively on the Spartan K2 chassis. It's going to provide you with 450 horsepower with independent front suspension. We're also continuing to chassis upfit those with X-Bridge bracing, Bilstein shocks, and again, we're striving to be the quietest riding, best handling coach on the market, and that will never end up shifting from what our goal is on every single coach that we build. This year, we're still, again, using that iconic front cap with the sea lights. Again, I think that's something that all of our customers love, and we do just as much. Driving into a campsite and you're able to turn those on, or whether we're at an ECOA rally, again, that's something that I absolutely have fallen in love with, is the camaraderie that comes associated with these sea lights. I think that they look absolutely stunning, as well as those LED headlights. We're still using the 120-inch windshield that, again, I think people have absolutely fallen in love with, increasing that sightline visibility with a few other features that we've added on the inside of this coach. What we added in 2024 to accommodate that goal of being the quietest riding, best handling coach was that pin locator. What that's essentially trying to do is eliminate any sort of shifting while we're driving down the road, make sure that we have a nice tight seal to ensure that our front cap seat with that Entegra badging is sealed tightly and not shifting around as we're driving down the road, as well as adding some of these bumpers. Again, we got a lot of positive feedback during model year 2024, and it's something that we're going to continue to build on. Right under there, we're still using the 10,000 watt Cummins own-in generator, again, bringing fully sufficient power to the inside of the coach, being able to run those triple ACs, so on and so forth. And the last thing, again, something that I think a lot of our customers have become extremely appreciative, is having that cold and hot water disbursement from up front. Again, making sure that we have the ability to clean that front cap. Right underneath these windshield wipers, that is going to be or rain sensing windshield wipers. You would also have the ability to have your headlights on automatic. So again, there's a ton of really great features up here that I think, though they've been carried over year, it's something that, again, is made the Entegra Coach brand iconic, especially with these sea lights, that 120-inch radius windshield. Last thing I want to point out before we go to the side of the coach is that 360 camera system. That is going to be carried over into the new model year, so as we move down the length of this coach, you'll be able to see the cameras to, again, give you perfect visibility, not just out the front windshield, but also as you're driving down the road. We're driving down the road at 70 miles per hour. We want you to guys feel as safe and as confident as you can while you're driving with 360 cameras, the safe view dash, icons in your mirrors, those types of things to make sure that you guys are enjoying the entire ride, not just once you get to that camping spot. We understand the journey begins the moment that you get behind that driver's seat from A to B. So again, we're doing as much as we possibly can here to ensure that you have a safe and enjoyable traveling experience. A couple other items that we did add during model year 2024. I think this looks absolutely great, that Entegra Coach badging. So we'll have this, and then again, with whether it's a Cornerstone, an Aspire, or a Radiator, I think that badging looks great, especially on your campsite when you're able to enjoy a little bit of the exterior entertainment, knowing that you are driving one of the best, if not the best, luxury diesel motorhome in the market. One thing that we did add for 2025 is upgraded steps. If I open this door, I think this is something a lot of us are going to be excited about. You'll notice this is now a solid step. We've gotten away from the spongy steps that I think a lot of people were frustrated with. We now have a nice sturdy step as we go in and out of our coach that's going to give you a nice support system. So we'll talk about that as we go inside the coach, but did want to point that out, again, making sure that we're increasing the stability as we drive, or as you go in and out of that coach. Obviously, your fuel tank, you'll have that on driver and passenger side, dual pane, frameless windows. One thing that we are not going away from, that a lot of our competitors are, is going to be this seamless transition from our slide box to our side wall. We're noticing a lot of our competitors going to a traditional seal. We think personally that the design that we use, number one, is more reliable, but also gives it a nice, sleek look. Again, we're trying to give a luxury style on a Spartan K2 chassis. I think this hits all of the all of the buttons that we're again trying to strive for. This is, stepping back a little bit, going to be our Crimson Ice Paint. This was new for 2024. We're starting to shift towards more white paint, so you'll have this in red, in blue, coral colors. So again, we had a lot of requests specifically from our ECOA group that we're looking for lighter colors, especially in those hotter climates, trying to keep your coach as cool as we possibly can. I have absolutely fallen in love with this color. Again, specifically that white base. I think it looks absolutely phenomenal, keeping that coach as cool as we possibly can. A couple other items that I do want to point out. Exterior entertainment. This is going to be on a Samsung 42-inch smart television with exterior speakers. You do have Bluetooth capability. A couple different items that you have the ability to watch, whether you're using a DirecTV, a dish, or you want to stream. Again, this is a smart television. Up on that roof, you're going to have standard 400 watts of solar. You'll still continue to have Starlink internet system, which again, I think a lot of people have become extremely a big fan of. Again, there's multiple outlets to be able to bring in, whether you're trying to work from home, if you want to stream the big game and tailgate, you have multiple different outlets to be able to accommodate that from. Right under here, we're going to talk about the storage. I think that's one thing that is overlooked quite often, the amount of storage that we have in our basement. This is carpeted, obviously trying to keep that noise down as much as we can to dampen as much of that. Also have a nice full slide out tray. This does have the ability to pull all the way out, so you're not capped of only being able to bring a few feet. So I could slide this all the way out and again have the ability to push that back in. So if you have something heavy that you don't want to overstress your back, you want to be able to just lift it straight up rather than pulling it out, by all means use this MORryde tray. It's absolutely phenomenal, something that I love when we're out camping. So again, if you look the amount of storage, also the overall depth. Again, it's something that when we're working a Tampa RV show, a Hershey, we hear that all the time. It's like, oh my goodness, the amount of storage and the depth that you guys have inside of your guys' boxes is absolutely amazing. So again, I always like to point that out. As we move through, even more storage. If you guys wanted to add additional trays, by all means, you guys have the ability to do so, but nice plywood basement. One thing that I do want to talk about new for 2025 is we are moving to an upgraded Victron inverter, and I think that they've become probably the most reliable as well as most well-known inverter system, which we'll talk about on the inside of the coach and some of the things that we've done in partnering with them to be able to ensure a smooth and easy transition of understanding the power that's going in and out of your motorhome. A couple other things that I may not have pointed out in years past is the overall construction of Entegra Coach, something that does make us extremely unique. Though we can't see it behind this beautiful sidewall, what is behind it? What is underneath it? One thing that makes that Aspire, the Anthem, and the Cornerstone so unique is going to be that 5-inch subfloor construction. Our goal at Entegra Coach is to be the quietest riding, best handling coach on the market, period. We're doing that by putting X-bridge bracing, which is going to be underneath this coach. You actually have the ability to see that. It's making sure that you don't have any twisting or torquing on that coach as you're driving down, especially during that acceleration. You have 450 horsepower that's pushing you forward. What we don't want is the chassis to shift or to twist. We're doing that or accommodating it by having that X-bridge bracing. Under or right above that, you're going to have a 5-inch subfloor. The 5-inch subfloor is built exactly like your house. You have batten insulation underneath there, built on 2x4s and actual plywood. So again, there is a large buffer between what is beneath you and what is inside of your home. 2.5-inch sidewall construction, a 4-inch beamed roof. So again, we're building that Aspire Anthem Cornerstone the exact same way that you would build your house. That is the expectation for us, but it is something that makes us extremely unique. Unfortunately, we can't see it behind the sidewall. We've covered this in beautiful Sikkens full body paint, but again, it is something that makes us unique. If you guys have interest, please, we always welcome you to come to our factory, take a factory tour with us. It's something that we're extremely proud of and would love for you guys to be able to see firsthand. Again, up on that roof, some really neat features. If you want a DirecTV, Dish Network, Starlink is going to be standard, 200 watts of solar. We've loaded this coach up with features and benefits. Very few options. That is something that makes us unique, is we load our motorhome up as most of our clients want them. So last few things I did want to point out, obviously depth fill, we have added that for both your driver as well as your passenger side. And the last thing that I do want to point out, something that makes Spartan so unique, is going to be this bay right here, making everything as convenient and easy to use. Whether you need to check your batteries, do a battery disconnect, air dryers, you name it, it's all in one bay. No more running around your coach from one bay to the next, trying to figure out how do I dry, or how do I change an air filter, how do I switch out an air dryer. Again, something that makes the Spartan chassis extremely unique. The last thing I did want to talk about here was, again, those push button opening for your baggage doors. Something we've been using for a few years here now. I think that, again, it gives it that nice sleek design, does make it look absolutely beautiful as you move down the coach. There is a manual key override, so if something does happen and you do lose power to your coach, you do have a manual key override to get into every cargo compartment. Last thing I did want to talk about here, obviously the powertrain. That's what makes this coach so unique. At the price point of roughly a $700,000 MSRP, you're still able to have a K2 chassis, 450 horsepower with an Allison 3000 transmission. This powertrain, traditionally, you're not finding into the $800,000, $900,000, even $1 million coaches are using this exact same powertrain that you're getting at a price point that is significantly less. I think that is what makes this Aspire product so unique, having that tag axle and having a powertrain that, again, traditionally isn't found until a much higher price point. 15,000 pound towing capacity. On the 40P, you will have a 10,000 because that will be a non-tag, as well as your tow brake system. Again, it's something that when we look at the value that you're finding in an Aspire is so unique to the RV industry. A few things that I did want to point out on the driver side of this coach. New for 2025, we are adding a water softener prep. ECOA rallies, thank you for pointing that out. We started to notice a lot of people were adding that. We've done all the prep work with plumbing to make it much easier to install if that's something that you're interested in. I'm still using the AquaHot. And the last thing I wanted to point out was the radiator that's going to be on the driver side of our Aspire, Anthem, and Cornerstone. Again, something that makes this product so unique at the price point. Traditionally, you're not finding side-mounted radiators until a price point that is significantly higher. So again, this coach, when we talk about all of these amenities on the outside, are absolutely jam-packed. We're excited to be able to showcase this new 2025. When we jump in the coach, I think it's going to be the most exciting part of the new model year change if you haven't heard yet. So before we jump inside, I know I've already made a comment about this, but again, we're super excited that we're able to get that exact same step that we have on the Cornerstone included on both our Aspire as well as our Anthem. So again, if you guys will notice as I walk through here, what we're trying to avoid at all cost is that spongy step. It was just as frustrating as it was for us as it was for you guys. So again, it was something that was added. We've also added some additional lighting to ensure that you guys have a nice safe stairwell to get inside of your coach. We've also added a new material in here to add additional friction to ensure that no one is slipping, getting in and out of your coach. By all means, it was nice to have a nice high gloss tile, but unfortunately it was a little slick getting in and out of that coach. So again, as we step through here, I want to talk about a few of the items that we've modified for 2025. We're still using the beautiful Safe View dash. It's something that I absolutely love. We've got a lot of positive feedback over the last couple of years about this. I think Pat Carroll and his design team have done an absolutely phenomenal job with this. Obviously, again, our goal is to be able to have you take the ability to see what is in front of you and not having to worry about looking down, looking to the left, looking to the right, trying to find odometers, that type of thing. Again, our goal is that you guys have the ability to focus in front of you. So again, using that Spartan K2 chassis with the 3-pod steering wheel. We have modified a couple of the positioned items over here. We've actually moved the cell phone holder up. It is now just a holder rather than a wireless charger. Again, something that a lot of people just wanted to be able to place their phone in there. Cup holder, again, all of your controls over here, as well as your Allison transmission. As we move over to the right, again, your center stack screen. This is going to be able to control a vast majority of the components in your coach. I do want to talk about the climate. We're still using the Bergstrom HVAC system. Again, if you look at the actual vent ports, they're nice and large. So whether you need to defrost your front windshield, or you guys may be a little bit hot, you guys are down in beautiful Tucson, Arizona, it's a little bit warm, you want to have the ability to have nice cold air getting to you. So again, if you look, we've obviously increased the overall size of those ports. Again, that HVAC system from Bergstrom is top notch. All of your window shade controls, pedal controls, if you guys want to have turn your defrost on the mirrors on, by all means, you have the ability to do that from right here, as well as shift your pedals, as well as your cameras. GPS unit is, and then last thing I do want to talk about is the leveling system. Again, something that makes this product so unique is having an air leveling system on here. So let's say that you're parked in grass, you don't want to put your jacks down, maybe worried that they'll get stuck. By all means, you have the ability to use an air leveling system, whether you want to set it in manual, if you want to set it on auto. Again, at this price point, something that is extremely unique to Entegra Coach. I know that that list continues to go on and on. Right underneath there, you guys obviously have the ability to connect your phone, control your lights, in the remainder of your utilities. If you guys do need some support, by all means, hit that settings button. Contact information, our 1-800 number is right there, or have the ability to scan our QR code that will give you all of the product information. Bluetooth capability, settings, you name it, are all right under there. Again, just something I did want to point out. We've tried to make this system as easy as we possibly can, shifting some of these knobs down, having manual controls right underneath. Again, if you guys need to shift a defrost, have your HVAC coming from your head unit up here. If you need it coming down on towards your feet, you have the ability to do a manual override on all of those components. And just a nice little safe in there as well. If you guys need some valuable belongings to keep in there, if you don't want to keep them in your safe, you have the ability to lock that up as well. So we're going to shift behind me, something that I think everyone has been eagerly waiting for. Mitch and I will turn around and show you what is, in my opinion, the best part of 2025. So the moment we have all been waiting for, new for 2025, we have removed all of the carpet inside of our motorhome. If you look over to my left, right underneath this beautiful dinette, you will see no carpet under there. We are extremely excited about that. And again, my personal opinion, the best part of model year 2025. So again, that is the number one focus. The best part about that, not only did we just remove the carpet, we're also using the exact same slide mechanisms. Pat Carroll and again, our engineering team have done a phenomenal job and have been working diligently to make sure that we can still use the exact same radiator slide mechanism that is proprietary to Entegra Coach without having to sacrifice some of the amenities on the inside. We've reinforced a couple of things and we were able to make it happen. We were extremely excited. It's been tested for months. We're beyond ecstatic about the outcome. So again, on 2025 product in the Aspire, Anthem, Cornerstone, you will have no carpet on the inside of that coach. So again, as we look through here, this floor plan is a little unique just because there wasn't a lot of carpet in it historically. But if you look again underneath my left, all the way through the refrigerator area, you will see that beautiful Tacoma shadow tile that is hand laid still, both in your slide mechanism as well as your living room floor. Again, I can't stress it enough. You have no idea how excited we are to have that. I know Pat and again his team were extremely pleased with the outcome of this. So this is the Stonewall Gray cabinetry. Something that we've been using for a few years now. Again, personally, my favorite. This is probably one of our most popular decors. And this is a new Italian leather. This is going to be our Gardenia interior decor. Nice light colored Italian leather. Again, being a 44R, this is going to come standard with a booth dinette that you do have the ability to slide out to add some additional seating spaces right across from a nice sofa. One thing that we have added new for 2025, if you had theater seats, those will have power headrest. Again, something that was generated from our Entegra Coach Owners Association. Just listening to our customers was adding a little bit more support in some of our seating positions. So on, again, theater seats, you will have powered headrest to give you a little bit additional support up in your head. As we move through this coach, a couple new items that we have added is going to be slotted pantry doors, giving just a little bit more ventilation. If you notice here, nice deep pantries. But again, if you look at the actual doors, one area that we've also added, which we'll talk about shortly, is on a 44R specifically, when we have a bunkhouse, we'll have these exact same slatted doors, again, to give some increased ventilation. If you didn't want to keep anything trapped in there, I personally like the aesthetic of it, but again, something that we're extremely excited about for the new model year. Nice solid surface countertop extension here, so this will come all the way out, have the ability to push that in. In one neat little feature I think a lot of people forget about, not only is that a stovetop cover, but it's also a cutting board. So it is dual purpose, trying to maximize the amount of space that we have inside of a coach. Though we are in a 45-foot tag axle motorhome, we're trying to capitalize in every square inch that we have. So if you want to store that away, maybe you don't want that out, you have the ability to pop that up here, and we'll slide that and keep it out of the way. So again, whatever's easiest for you, maximize the space how you deem fit. Nice full residential size microwave, and again, a ton of pantry space. All of our remotes, nice slide out trays. And one thing that we have kept, even though we now fortunately have the ability to have the water and ice on the inside of the refrigerator, we've kept the water spout in there as well. Nice deep farmhouse sink, and again, a ton of cabinetry space. So if you're looking to maximize that, by all means, I think our team has done a great job. If you want to keep that sink cover right in there, again, if you need a little bit more workstation for prepping dinner, you have the ability to do so. Now, one thing that you do have the ability on the Aspire, Anthem, and Cornerstone is to remove your dishwasher. If you find more value in having pantry space, by all means, check that option. If you find more value in having a dishwasher, keep it in there. So again, we're trying to give you guys the ability to choose how you guys camp, how much space you guys want, and as well as you need. So I'm going to flip around here with Mitch. We're going to go through the bedroom portion. You'll notice a nice little wine cooler down here. Again, just giving some additional storage space if you run out of space in that nice full-size residential size refrigerator. You have the ability to do so. Again, some nice space with some additional cupboards in there. Nice wine glass holder, and again, just additional cabinet space. As I was talking about earlier when we talked about slatted doors, one thing that we did hear from a lot of our customers that specifically were in either a 44R or a 45R was sometimes it got a little bit warm in this cab space. So again, if you're able to use, whether you need the air conditioning on, if you need that aqua hot on to keep your house warm, we want to make sure that that ventilation is getting under the inside of the your bunkhouse. So again, we've added some slats in here. Again, I think it makes a nice sleek design. On the inside here, still using that powered Euroloft bunk. So if you want to use this as a wardrobe, if you want to use it as a bunk, you guys have the ability to choose with the one click of a button. Nothing in here will be manual, so we try to make it as easy and as functional to use. Right under there, you'll have a top bunk as well as a bottom bunk television. So again, you have the little ones sleeping in there and they want to watch their own private TV. They don't want to be out hanging out with the family. Give them a little personal space. By all means, they have the ability to do so. Right over here, Mitch, again, we are going to be continuing to partner with Firefly. Their multiplex system, in my opinion, and I think the industry would agree, is absolutely phenomenal. This will be your full house control. You also have the ability to use this on your phone. You can download their app in the settings, scan their QR code, and have this full functionality on the inside of your phone or a tablet. So one thing I did want to talk about here was the Victron inverter. So Victron is again traditionally viewed as the pinnacle of inverters. One of the benefits of that is we also have the ability to use their screen. So you'll have a full house functionality of reviewing the electrical portion of your coach, whether it's solar power, what energy is coming in, what energy is coming out in regards to electricity, to be able to view this directly from their panel. So again, it was something that was a nice pair to be able to use that as an upgraded Victron inverter, as well as continuing to use the functionality from Firefly. So again, full house inverter, network diagnostics. You have the ability to, if you guys are having some challenges, to be able to go through, see what faults are there. So during your orientation, make sure you guys spend some time on here, because this will help you out tremendously as you guys go out to camp and travel. Over to my right here, this is a bath and a half. So you'll have a nice full-size bathroom in here. Nice teak shower bench in there, full fiberglass shower with a nice beautiful glass door, solid surface countertops, and full-size mirrors. Again, that was something that we had a lot of people asking for additional mirrors. So as we shift around, you guys will be able to see we've tried to maximize that space in there on the cabinet doors as well. Shifting back into the bedroom, you have two different options. You can use a memory foam or a traditional sleep number mattress if you guys would like. So right underneath this bedspread, you guys do have a selection. You guys obviously have the ability to select what bed you would like based on personal preference. Right above that, even more importantly, these are new 2025 Pat's pillows. If you guys look, or I hope you have the ability to feel going to a local dealership or coming to the ECOA rally here in May. The down this year is absolutely phenomenal. It is heavier than ever. So that was something Pat's probably spent the most time on, is the Pat's pillows. So make sure when you guys are able to see the new Entegra coaches, check out Pat's pillows. He's extremely proud of them. Again, we're carrying through the Stonewall gray cabinetry. Just absolutely ton of storage space back here. We want to make sure you guys don't have to sacrifice what you guys want to bring from the inside of your house to the inside of your coach. Last thing I want to point out here is going to be, again, maximizing that space. We're seeing a lot of coaches that are mounting this to the sidewall and losing a lot of space. It's something that we find value in. You also have your standard safe and all of your electronic components back there to make it nice and easy to get to. So we're now in the master bathroom. Just really quickly wanted to point out, again, a ton of storage space. So again, something that does make this product so unique. Though you're in a bunkhouse, there's no sacrificing the amount of storage that you guys have. This is a nice sensored LED, so as you guys open and close this, that light will automatically turn on. Last thing I do want to point out here, standard is going to be a stacked washer and dryer. New for 2025, we are partnering with Whirlpool, so you'll have Whirlpool washer and dryer in all of our Aspire Anthems and coaches. So you guys don't have to worry about trying to find a laundry mat. You guys have the ability to do that directly from the inside of your coach. Guys, thanks for taking the time today to come through the What's New for 2025. This is one of my favorite times of the year to be able to showcase the new product that we're coming out with and some of these awesome features. I think Pat and his team did a phenomenal job and hit another grand slam. If you guys have additional questions, you guys maybe want to see a different cabinet color, or a different interior decor, check out our website or talk to any of our local dealer networks in your guys' neighborhood. If you guys have additional questions, maybe need some additional sales support directly from the factory, please feel free to reach out to us. We're available to assist in any way possible. If you guys want to take a factory tour, you guys want to walk through, if you want to custom order a coach, again, we'll be as supportive as we possibly can to accommodate that. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you guys this year.